All right, Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, finally come to an end. Star Wars has been a part of everyone for generations and generations to come, and they just dropped their last movie, and it's probably not the worst Star Wars movie I've ever seen in a long time. So that's what I'm here to talk about. This is a spoiler-filled review, so if you have not seen the movie, do not click on this video. Do not watch this video. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Hey everyone, SW Nation here. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll post some more rankings and reviews on Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. I'm here today with my great friend Davis, and he is a Star Wars expert. Davis, shout out your name.
Yo, what's up? That's
Alright,
it's your boy Davis here. That's it. So let's just get into
on.
this.
Alright, cool. So what's the thing you want to talk about Rise of Skywalker?
I just
Like, how did you
I don't understand. Actually, I'm not gonna start off bad. I'm gonna start off with just the the I guess the beginning, you can say. I mean, the beginning was honestly it kind of did take off. It kind of did pick up what the Last Jedi broke apart, and
Yeah,
it really just it kind of fortified it could be a standalone movie, is what I'm saying. Jedi
yeah.
The Last Jedi didn't have to exist for this movie to happen, because this movie was just so like, singular, that it really could just start its own new trilogy, and that's one thing that I like about it.
Yeah, I think what I like about it too was that it's connected to Force Awakens. Okay, because Last Jedi, yeah, it was a sequel to Force Awakens and a sequel to Return of the Jedi, but it felt like its own movie because Ryan Johnson wanted to make his own movie, and I felt that if J.J. Abrams would have directed that movie too, we could have had a more coherent story throughout all three movies inside of the trilogy. But since this movie is so heavily connected to The Force Awakens, I feel like this movie is all the great for it. But then again, there is no movie without its problems. So let's move on to the bad. And I think the bad part about this, it's a lot of fan service, and it doesn't make sense. It's a lot of things that was left on the cutting room floor in Last Jedi, and J.J. Abrams is just trying to pick up all the things that was left down there and trying to piece it into the movie to make a better conclusion. And I guess that's what they were trying to do, but it does not work at all. Ray as a Palpatine is not good. What do you think about Ray as a Palpatine?
Rey's a Palpatine. It just kind of. I mean, of course, it was fan service, so it was already expected because the fans had been asking for it. So it honestly makes sense that it happened, but the thing is that it really just didn't fit together. Like, maybe if she had like a bigger, well, not a bigger picture, but she. The one thing I do like, though, that I think is good with this is that Kylo comes from a family of people from the light side of the Force, and she comes to the side of the family that has the dark side of the Force, but um,
Yeah,
they swap places basically.
yeah, and I like Kylo Ren's sacrifice in this movie. It was dumb though, but I liked his sacrifice because she could have easily gave him life force back. I felt like she could have gave him life force back since she is a Palpatine. She can do most things that Jedi can't. But I like the way that Kylo story arc throughout Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and and Rise of Skywalker. And his conclusion is one of the best conclusions I've ever seen since the death of Darth Vader. And really, it's a tragedy of what happened to Kylo and Anakin. So that's what I really like about those parallels together. So basically, he kind of died just like Darth Vader, and I guess that's what they were going for, to get you for the nostalgia and everything like that. But it just feels forced and rushed.
It feels like his death
It
was
was satisfying.
forced.
Yeah, it was satisfying. I'll give you that. It was satisfying to see him go. Him changing to the light side before he died, going with his lightsaber, talking to his father, being with his mother. That's what I enjoyed about Kylo Ren part in this. But what did you think about Kylo Ren part? And how did you how did you receive this part movie?
Repeat your question.
All right. Uh, what did you think of Kylo Ren's part to play Rise of Skywalker? How did you receive?
Um, honestly, this was kind of his movie, to be honest. He was trying to find out who he was then and what he was going to become. And I believe he fulfilled his purpose because he became something great.
Yeah, my only big thing about it was that he didn't get a Force Ghost. That's where I was kind of mad at because Anakin got a Force Ghost, but Ben didn't get a Force Ghost, and that's what kind of made me mad. It gave me like I don't know. It just that he didn't get a Force, and Leia got a Force Ghost also. Ben should have got a Force Ghost too, but it was great seeing um the younger versions of Luke and Leia. That was a very good scene because it showed that Leia it was like she was trained by the Force and that she was trained with a lightsaber. So it was pretty cool how they did that, and it brought it back. They looked exactly like they looked in 1977. So that's it gave me a lot of. But what did you think of the lightsaber duel? Like bad stuff like that.
Honestly, I really liked the lightsaber duels. Like it was like the choreography was really good. So
Yeah, the J.J. Abrams, he's a good like visual director. I feel like he's very heavily on visual. But when it comes to like stories and stuff, I don't know. I'm not so sold on like his stories and stuff because Force Awakens was just like a rebooted version of A New Hope. That's what I feel like.
yeah,
But I
that movie had a
like the
lot
lightsaber.
of good imaginative ideas that really fit together to create its own little standalone thing to where you don't it's more open to newer viewers like children.
Yeah. I mean, the original Star Wars, those were more like PG, and even the prequels like PG. But I guess with Disney acquiring it, they can make it PG-13, and I think that's better because it's to a more wider audience. Because obviously, adults saw Star Wars when they were little, but I guess this opens up to a wider audiences where kids, teenagers, and adults, anybody can get into the movie to see it. So. I think that was a pretty cool idea that they did that. And plus, I like gritty, raw camera work of J.J. Abrams because those are like the best types of camera works in my opinion. I like seeing when somebody gets shot with a blaster. I like seeing the blood. I like that. So J.J. Abrams, he's a visual director, but not so heavily sold on his story.
Yeah,
What you think?
I think you're kind of right there. Honestly, like that's pinpoint perfect. He's very visual, but when it comes down to story, he's like he likes to manipulate it.
Yeah, he's ass at story. So I, but all in all, this movie is it's an okay ending, I guess. I mean, if you're a big Star Wars fan, this will satisfy. Okay, Davis thought it was satisfying. He said it was in game. You're wrong.
It had an end game ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like I know like I might have a popular opinion for this, but I felt like Lando should have done more in this. I don't know. He was just there for like just to be there, I guess. I felt like he should have done more, especially because this is the first movie we saw him in since Return of the Jedi. And he hasn't seen a Han in I don't know how many years, and Han is dead now. So I wanted to see like how he would. how he would react to Han being dead, but he doesn't even react at all to Han being dead. He's just there.
Well, yeah, they should have probably introduced him in maybe an earlier movie. It would have made more sense. Maybe if he had his own little standalone movie, it would be really good. Or maybe like a mini series or something, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, maybe like a Disney Plus show. I think that's where they're gonna go, Lando, because he was really wasted in this. Because in the teaser, I was so excited that I wanted to see more. But that's just me. Because in the teaser, I was so excited to see Lando that I that just sold the movie right there. Especially saying that this is the conclusion, that they were gonna have an endgame style ending. I I was all for it. But when I actually saw the movie, it didn't sell me. I did not like the ending. The ending was not satisfying at all. Palpatine's return is dumb. It is really dumb. I guess it was like, I don't know what they were thinking with bringing Palpatine back, but that was really dumb, especially because he is the master of every trilogy. He he corrupted Anakin in the prequels. He was guiding Anakin in the original, and now he's like basically all of the in the sequels. So I felt like bringing Palpatine back was just bad and it felt forced, really, because
One thing I
he
want
had
to touch up
nothing to do.
on is
Yeah.
the how they did my man Finn, bro. He had
Oh yeah.
nothing to do with this movie. He was literally just an
Not.
insignificance to this entire movie. He was basically, bro, he's the equivalent of a cameo, honestly.
Yeah.
All he does is scream
Because
Ray the entire time.
because first off, he had a good character and in Force Awakens, you know. And I felt like with him holding the lightsaber in the trailers and on the posters, I thought they had a role for him in this sequel trilogy. Especially because he has a great character art. He was an ex stormtrooper. So he that's basically all you need to know. He's an ex stormtrooper who turns out to be a Jedi. That's it. And that would be a great character art for him. But instead we have to have girl power moment and have Rey Jedi. She's a Palpatine. She shouldn't be a anyway. But yeah, Finn did was done wrong in every movie of this trilogy. And the Force Awakens, he started off good. When it was time for Rey to be in the spotlight, he was pushed to the back. Force Awakens didn't touch up on his story either. And in Rise of Skywalker, all he did was just yell Rey. So it really was pointless for him to be in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, it's just really the another lack of imagination there. They need to have every
Yeah,
character equally involved in every instance that they are in the movie.
yeah. Like you remember Rose, right? What's that? Is
Yes.
that her name? Rose? Yeah.
Yes.
She had like a big character. I'm putting in air quotations. She had like a big character in Last Jedi, and then she kissed Finn at the end of the movie, which which is bad because they have no relation, no connection whatsoever. They just met each other like 2 days ago, and she kisses him, and John Bodega probably even didn't even know that the kiss was coming. So that's where I'm kind of mad at Last Jedi why they did that. And plus, Ryan Johnson, they messed up Finn's death. Finn was supposed to die in Last Jedi, but then Ryan Johnson didn't want that to happen, so he had Rose come. Finn was going to accept that he was die. He's done what he needed to do, but they wanted to have him in another movie, which he doesn't even need to be there anyway because it's basically Rey's trilogy. It started off with Finn, and now it's Rey. So I I just didn't like I just didn't like that character.
Well, that makes
And then
sense.
they yeah, and then they even shortened her character in Rise of Skywalker. She was barely on the screen,
Who, Ray?
and she's like, no, not Rey, Rose.
Oh, damn. Yeah,
So they
Rose was
prom
an insignificance. Honestly, I feel bad for the actor that had to play as her because she had nothing to do with this movie. She made no money at all. Let's be
Yeah.
honest here.
I mean, come on, like even the girl ex Stormtrooper that they found like at that place at the crash of the Death Star.
Mm-hmm. On
She had
Endor.
more screen time than Rose.
Dang.
So I didn't I didn't get.
So, is there anything else you want to touch up on?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, there's so much that I could talk about this movie. I'm trying to think. Let's. We got we got through Kylo Ren. We got through Rey, Finn, Rose. Let's talk about Poe.
Poe.
Let's talk
Now,
about Poe.
Poe, he was not insignificant in this movie because he was basically the new Han Solo.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the one.
And I felt
who
like
was,
that's what they was trying to go.
he was doing a lot in this movie.
Yeah,
Like
he was doing more than he did in Last Jedi. I guess they fixed his character in Last Jedi because in Last Jedi he was whiny. He was like a whiny brat. He was basically earlier Luke Skywalker. He was whiny but he still wanted to do good, but he was whiny, and I just did not like I don't like my Han whine. I like my Han Solo being charismatic and I don't confident. I mean, but
Yeah.
Poe, he was a great character in Force Awakens. They kind of messed him up in Last Jedi, but I guess they redeemed him in Rise of Skywalker because he was doing a lot more than what he did in Last Jedi. So Poe is a good character. I think Oscar Isaac plays him very well, especially because this is like the new Han Solo. So that's pretty cool. But
I agree with that.
yeah. But like
Leia?
One,
We need to touch upon Leia as well after you're done.
oh yeah. Leia, after playing a big part in the original trilogy and doing a little bit in Force Awakens, they kind of messed Leia up. And I think it's because of Carrie Fisher's death that they couldn't touch up on a lot of things that they could touch. See, Princess Leia died, and so she really, the death felt forced, but she did what she needed to do to save her son. So I'm satisfied with her death. I'm satisfied with Kylo, hers, and Han Solo's death. And I'm glad that they're all dead. They're together. So
Yeah.
it's really cool how they're bringing back Han Solo in this movie, and how Carrie Fisher is still making money, and she's been dead for 40 years. She filmed. I think she film Last Jedi before she died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was in Last Jedi, and I'm guessing that it was CGI, The Rise of Skywalker.
No, it was old scenes. I believe
So,
it was
yeah.
old scenes because there's no way that was CGI. Because how can you hug a CGI model
Well,
unless you
can.
get a
They.
thing to build it
I'm
off
I'm
of.
yeah. I'm guessing they have like a lookalike. I'm guessing they have a lookalike, and then they put face prosthetics on them to make them look more like Carrie Fisher, and then they put like the dots on there to get Carrie Fisher's feature. I'm guessing that's what they did.
Yeah.
Because they probably did this. They probably did the same thing for Han. I don't. Harrison Ford came back.
The CGI in this movie was amazing.
Yeah, the CGI is perfect. Like I said, J.J. Abrams is visual director. So when the Millennium Falcon battles, those are like the best battles. Millennium.
Yep. All right. Well,
Okay.
honestly, what's your verdict out of 10?
Out of 10, I say it's like an 8. I say it's an 8 out of 10. I'm being generous right now because mainly since this is a conclusion to the Skywalker saga, it does try to pick up left on the cutting floor by Ryan. So I feel like they at least they tried to do something with this. What's your verdict?
Honestly, for my rating, I'll give it a 7. For my rating, just because I love the trilogy, I love the series, I love everything about it. I give it like a 9, but an actual non-biased review rating of this is maybe like a 6.5 to a 7 because it really just
Uh,
it didn't bring out enough, and I was kind of disappointed.
yeah, me being a fan, like I'm not a big fan as you are, but I know a little bit about Star Wars, and I know that that was primitive Star Wars. That wasn't the best that they can do. The best that they can do is like Empire or Force. I think that's where they're at best. But this movie just falls face. It's not at all terrible, but it's definitely not at all great. It's in the okay bad area. That's where I'm putting it on the tier scale, and I think it is a B minus. I say it's a B minus, 8 out of 10. And if you're a big Star Wars fan, go see Die Hard. Go see it in theaters, IMAX, whatever, 3. But if you're just like me and you know a little bit about Star Wars, but not a big fan, you can just rent it from Redbox or bootleg it, or it's a DVD cop. In my opinion, it's a DVD cop, but obviously I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray because I collection. What do you think? What do you think it is? A movie theater, DVD, Redbox, or
Oh, whoa,
uh,
definitely movie theater.
movie theater? Yeah,
All right, well, we're
I
coming up on
figured.
20 minutes, so let's go ahead and get that outro.
Yeah, yeah, hit that outro. All right, so if y'all like this video, like I said in the beginning, like, comment, subscribe. We're going to do a ranking of all 12 Star Wars next. So, like, comment, subscribe. Be tuned for that, and I'll see y'all next time.